Hey guys, welcome back to Mega Man 4. Alright, so our next opponent, after you obtain the ability from Dustman, is Skullman. Another one of my favorite robot masters, actually. On my list, anyway. He's not my absolute favorite once again, but he is on my list. He's kind of an interesting robot master, because, I'm actually gonna learn you a thing here as we're going through his stage. I don't know if any of you guys have ever read the Megamix manga, which is just a manga kind of adaptation of the classic Mega Man series, but it actually goes more in depth with the story of classic Mega Man, because this game honestly doesn't really touch upon the actual story for anything. I don't know how canon it all is to the original Mega Man story, but I personally love the stories and character stuff that they go into in Megamix, and I think it's really interesting. These guys are basically dry bones, by the way. They'll go down if you shoot them. But they had a chapter right early on in I actually have the manga here. Actually, I think it's like the second volume, where they had a story for Skullman, and it kind of goes more in depth about his character, and he's actually a bit of a tragic robot master, because he was in fact created by a Kozak, and he was kind of like a robot master that Kozak created, because the reason why he was so tragic was because, like, a lot of the robots that even, like, that Dr. Wily, Dr. Light, and even Dr. Kozak made were all robots that were made to serve some kind of purpose. You know, they would, tend to the environment, or they would, like, handle a factory, or, like, something. That they would have some kind of role that they played, that their abilities and things would be for. I don't know why I'm going for that. I just saw it and I was like, I need help, but I don't. But no, that's but Skullman, on the other hand, didn't really have a real purpose. He was kind of just a destruction robot. He was made for, just taking out other robots, which is kind of how the whole Skullman thing came into play. He's just a extermination robot, if you want to call him that, and he didn't really have a real purpose other than that. And Skullman didn't exactly take that all that well, and he ended up kind of being a bad guy, and he turned on Kozak and everybody, and even his own comrades too, his own robot comrades. He kind of became a lone wolf and kind of betrayed everyone, and kind of didn't forgive Kozak for everything I'll take it, why not? And he kind of never forgave Kozak for anything, and he just kind of became a villain. And at the very end of it, Kozak realized what he had done for Skullman, and then he kind of faces off with him at the very end, and Skullman was so, like, overcome with despair and so hateful for Kozak for even making him, that he actually almost opens fire on Kozak. Which is, if he had done that, which would have been one of the, breaking one of the major rules of the robotics, which, is like, they're never supposed to attack a human. And, Skullman almost breaks that. But thankfully he doesn't shoot Kozak, because Mega Man ends up shooting him first to stop him. Okay, I can't get that from here. Mega Man ends up shooting him first to stop him, but that, in the process, kind of ends Skullman's life. And, Kozak is then holding him in his arms, and Skullman's last words to Kozak is just him saying that he's sorry, and then he ends it off by saying, "Please don't create another robot like me. Please don't create another robot like me. I don't want them to go through the same pain I did." And then he kind of talks about how Kalinka, who's Kozak's daughter, who's actually on the right there, talks about, like, family and everything, and how Skullman could have been a part of it. And that's when Skullman kind of goes like, "That sounds really nice, actually," and then he passes on. Like, it's a really well-written little comic thing, and it's, like, really sad on Skullman's part, because he was a robot that felt like he didn't have any kind of purpose, and he basically lived a life of pain, and that's how he became so evil and everything, and it's just really sad. Like, honestly, I kind of just... I realized I kind of spoiled the entire thing, and I really shouldn't have, because I recommend you guys read Megamix, because, especially if you're a Mega Man fan, because it's really, really good. But, yeah, that was kind of the little story about Skullman in there. But no, like, honestly, please do read Megaman Megamix if you like Mega Man and, you know, you want to have a bit of a deeper story that goes into its own depth and everything, because it's really good on the part of the classic Mega Man series. Highly recommend it. But, wow. I told that entire story, and that took me exactly through the entire stage, so good timing on my part, but... Anyway, let's save here, and it's Skullman time. I also didn't talk about the Skullman stage music. It's pretty bopping. It's like one of my favorites in this game. But, alright, so we need his weakness, which is Dustman's weapon. Now, Skullman is kind of hilarious, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to walk in, I'm going to stand here, he's going to drop down, his health is going to fill up. It's the ultimate stare down. Who will make a move first? Mega Man or Skullman? So this is really funny. So Skullman is the first robot in Mega Man that seems to be programmed to move once you shoot. If you shoot at him, he will move, and he'll start attacking you. But if you just stand here, or you jump, or anything like that, Skullman won't move. He'll just stand there. So, you know, you could just stand here for hours, and he will never move as long as you jump, or as long as you just jump and stand here. But when you wait and you shoot at him, then he moves. So he's kind of programmed to just move when he attacks you, when you attack him. Ah, I didn't mean to slide at him. Could be kind of a pain to dodge, though. Might be tempted to use the energy tank here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use the energy tank. I'm gonna just spare you guys the constant rewinding. Ow. Damn it, I missed again. He keeps jumping every time I try to do that. Yeah, that's his skull shield, by the way. A little spoilers. That's the weapon that you'll be getting from him once you beat him, which we did right as I said that. So he's not that bad. Once you have his weakness, he's not that bad. Sometimes his shots can be a little annoying to dodge, but yeah, other than that, he's not that bad. Skullman, and we get the skull shield, yeah, or the skull barrier. They call it the skull shield and other things I've heard. But that's basically what it is. So like a skull shield, skull barrier, same thing, really. Okay, next up. Alright, next up, we got Dive Man. Who... I like Dive Man, honestly. He's not one of my favorites, but I like him. I like his stage, too. It's got some good music. I think this is actually one of my more favorite water stages in Mega Man, is Dive Man stage here. It's got a neat design, it's got good music, I like the overall look of it. It's just all kind of good. Well, well, if I jump down, I get hit by the saw thing, so I guess there's just no real easy way out of that. Well, I'm using rewinds for it occasionally, but I'm learning I'm officially kind of figuring out the pattern those fish go in. Yeah, these things will start moving once you get too close. They kind of bop up and down, so they're really easy to jump over. This one, actually, not as much, because he goes higher. And you also jump really high on the water, so that doesn't help against those guys. And in certain spots, anyway. I don't know what those are supposed to be. Robotic jellyfish? I think that's what they are. I love these little Mets with, like, the little scuba helmets. They're adorable. We haven't even seen... It's the whale! Whale! We haven't even seen the most adorable variant of them either. That's gonna be in Mega Man 5, which we will get to in due time, viewers. The whale's pretty easy. I got smacked in the face by him a few times with his missiles, but other than that, he's like mostly pretty easy. Are you really not gonna? Okay, fine. Of course you would do that. You wanna shoot him there, Mega Man? Thank you. Oh! None of that was a good idea at all, but I somehow avoided all of it. Hi, Eddie, what are you giving me this time? Let's try that again. Okay, not what I need. This is why I like having the rewinds, because you can always reset him if he gives you something that you don't need. Oh, I don't need that, Eddie. I want either health, an energy tank, or a life. Life, I'll take it. Whatever. But that is one sequence with Eddie where unless you jump up here to stop him, he'll walk right off the edge, and then that's just the end of him. He's just gone. Poor Eddie. Just like imagine that. Just like Mega Man sees that he hops on over here, and just imagine he takes out a little phone and like calls Dr. Light, and just cause it's kind of like, Dr. Light, I think Eddie might be dead. And he's like, what happened? Well, I didn't really do anything. I kind of just climbed up here, and he was walking over to give me an item, and then he fell off, and then he was just gone. And then Dr. Light goes, man, now I gotta make Eddie again. Poor Eddie, man. That is actually really depressing when you think about it. Can you just imagine that was just the end of Eddie? He just, because there was a cliff there, he just walks off, and that's the end of him. Poor guy. Okay, well, I screwed that up. Okay, slide, dude. You have a slide for a reason. Use your slide. Already been forgetting to use the Mega Buster throughout this run enough. So, you know, don't you dare start forgetting the slide, too. You're forgetting basic game mechanics there, guy. Don't you be doing that. These little stingrays or whatever these are like the most... Oh, okay, he hit me, so I guess I don't talk smack ever. But for the most part, they're like the easiest guys to deal with. Okay, well, what are you doing? Okay, that's what you're doing. I have to jump up here. Okay, let's try that again. I can't yet get in the right spot to shoot. So you know what? I'm just gonna let you swim over me. It's the whale again! I think I should have enough to take him out here if I don't get hit. There we go. How am I doing on stuff? I got 1 energy tank. I gotta savor that. How about lives? I got 4 lives. If I get to the boss and I'm really low on health, which I likely will be unless I start farming out some health. That gave me a bit of health. I might have to have the boss just take me out so I can have a retry on that. That little red thing is gonna just sit there until it explodes. So just wait for it to explode and then go through. Which is what I'm going to do here, because otherwise it's going to be a pain to get by that without getting hit. So yes, if it wasn't obvious, those do count as spikes. If those hit you, that's the end of Mega Man. It's just, that's it. Mega Man's got a spike weakness, don't you know? Alright, your thing's gonna blow up anytime soon? There we go. Hello. Okay, do they just not blow up until you're right close to them? That seems to be the case. Okay. I'm tired of... Damn, man, how many shots did you take? Like 4, it would seem. That's kind of a thing. Alright. Well, I lost some of the health I gained back, so I might as well just have him take me out and then restart it. Well, I'll give it the old college try, shall we say. Skull Shield. I was about to say, like, I think the Skull Shield can damage things, and, like, yes, it can. If you're right within... I think if you're right close, it can damage things. But basically, the Skull Shield is, like, it's a protective weapon as well. It'll protect you from projectiles and things like that if you want to do that as well. I am just going to walk in here, though, and just give it a try, because I want to remember if that's actually the case. I think if you hit him directly with it, it does damage. Dive Man, I believe, is another Robot Master who I believe... Yes, it does. He's another Robot Master that I believe is kind of difficult to do Buster only. Also block his missiles. Yeah, also just don't be too close to him or you just take damage. Ow. Ow. Okay, now this is gonna be after me. Ah, damn it. There we go. Well, I used the rewinds, but you know... Because the interesting thing was, I used to play this game with, I used to play this game Buster only. Like, my first couple of playthroughs of this game, Dive Missile, by the way. I think I played this game Buster only, my first, like, couple of playthroughs, and I don't recommend doing that, honestly. It's kind of a headache. I would recommend just using the weaknesses. I think I still managed to beat the game with Buster only. Well, I had it on this collection, so, you know, I have my ways, obviously, but, you know, it's kind of a headache if you do it Buster only, so I just recommend having the weaknesses and everything. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. Okay. Should I keep going for this video? We have one more Robot Master left to go. You know what? I might as well just keep going. We'll knock out the last one. We might as well just take it out, and then we'll do Wily Castle next time, because I'm going to have to prepare for the Wily Castle. Alright, so, our last remaining Robot Master is Drill Man. Drill Mode. I know that's the wrong Drill Man. That's the Battle Network Drill Man, but still... I always just think of the Battle Network Drill Man every time I think of this, but even though this Drill Man came years before that Drill Man ever existed, so, you know. Battle Network actually did a great... Oh my god. I hate you stupid ladybugs so much. No, I know they're not really ladybugs, but they have the same colors, so I'm calling them ladybugs. But no, like, Battle Network actually did a really good job of, like, with their own versions of all of the Robot Masters and everything. I like, some of them were even pretty accurate to their in-game versions, like Airman. Like, Megaman and Battle, like, Airman in Battle Network 2 looks almost exactly the same as the Airman in, Mega Man 2. Wait a minute. Battle Network 2 Airman. Mega Man 2 Airman. Did they do that on purpose? They probably did. I'm sure they did. Just wanted to have all the throwbacks, I guess. And I mean, I feel like they would do that, especially if it was like Mega Man 2. I'm leaving. Goodbye forever, ladybugs. I feel like they would do that. Like, Mega Man 2 is so iconic that I feel like they would do that. Okay, this room is kind of a pain. Just saying. You can fall into those spikes, by the way, if you miss that jump just slightly. If you're off by just a little bit, you can fall into those spikes. I've seen it happen. And, it's funny, but, kind of sucks if it happens to you. This one, too, actually. Let's see if I can do it. Nope. It didn't happen. You can make this over, but you have to time it kind of, well, kind of like that. I'm gonna save. Yeah, that is surprisingly hard to get. You have to line that up really well. What was I saying? Yeah, I like the, yeah, I like those variants of those Robot Masters. Net Navis and the Robot Master versions of the Net Navis. It's like they're really cool how they look. Electman as well looked pretty cool, looked pretty accurate to his. Now they're all following me. It's the army of the Ladybugs. Goodbye. Go up the ladder, Megaman. But no, like, Electman looked pretty accurate to his, you know, version in Mega Man 1. And who else did? Charge Man did as well, actually. Charge Man in Battle Network was a little more, you know, full-on train. But, you know... Which, we haven't seen it. Really? 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 He's opening up. Okay, well, I'm not even going to bother then if it's not going to register that I'm hitting him. So you know what? I'm just bypassing him and leaving. I don't know why I didn't think to do that immediately. Okay. Now, there is an energy tank up here. Let me see if this is like... What is it? What is the one here? I don't think I have the one that lets you grab that. We have the dive missile, Dustman. I think I was supposed to find a secret thing here. Rush coil. I'm gonna use rush coil to get it. Oops. I think they're supposed to be, because I've seen this happen, I think I've done it before, actually. You're supposed to have, like, I think there's this little hook thing that you can get from Mega Man, where you can go up and, like, grab the energy tank with that. And it's really funny, because you stand down here, and when you use it and you point up, you have to aim up first before you can fire it, because it only latches onto a ceiling. And when you look up, and when you hold up, Mega Man will literally look up at the ceiling before you press the button to lock it on, so it kind of looks like he's looking up at the energy tank, just like, whoa, dude, that's an energy tank up there. I want to get that. And then you just use the hook, and then he just goes up, and it looks so funny. And like, I think I was supposed to have that. I think you get that by default, but maybe you don't. No, I gotta look that up now, because I've seen someone else do it. I thought that was like an adapter that like Dr. Light gave you, but I guess not. Oh, yeah, there's these. This is probably the worst part of Drill Man's stage. I may just start farming for health right here. On these guys. Shooting him would be a nice thing. Okay, that one I can dash under. This one... God, dude, you have a charge shot. Use the charge shots. Like, good lord. Yeah, well, I think I'm screwed now, because I can't get by this without getting hit. Okay. I'm using an energy tank, because it's just not worth it what I'm doing. What I was trying to do there, I'm going to be cutting it out, but I was trying to farm health off of those guys just to fill my health up a bit, because I was like, as long as I have health, I can at least survive this. Ow, okay, that one I can get by, I think. Yeah. And they put this jerk here, too. I got a charge shot ready for you, buddy. That's like the worst one. Okay. Leaving. That end stretch is like the worst part of his stage. Oh, good lord. Okay. I need the dive missile. I'm not surviving this, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, yeah, you can't hit him when he's going under the ground. Don't remember. Okay, yeah, he is kind of programmed to jump up right where you are. Don't waste ammo. I'm probably going to be using rewinds against him here because I'm going to keep screwing up my shots. You don't really get a lot of opportunity to hit him either, which is the problem, because he has a relatively predictable pattern, but the problem is, like, he just can't be... Am I just screwed now? Yep, I think I am, because I can't jump in time. Fine. I didn't want to use it because we have... I don't know when I'm going to get another one, but you know what? I don't care because this is getting kind of ridiculous. Hit him. That was funny. He was just going after him for a minute there. Okay. Like, if you have, like, full health, this guy's really not that bad at all. But if you're low on health, he's a bit of a problem. Can't believe I used my last energy tank on you. Alright. We get Drill Bomb. And we get the next thing. We get Rush Jet Adapter. Which you're gonna need for this. Alright. And... it's not Dr. Wily, but instead, Dr. Kazakh. And, yeah, these were, you know, Kazakh's robots that we were fighting. And, now, we're gonna be fighting Kazakh himself. Will we defeat him? Find out next time on Mega Man 4, because that's gonna be the end of this episode. Next time... probably the finale. I don't remember. Depends on how long the Kazakh stages are and the Wily and the... Okay, well, I already spoiled it, so you know what? Whatever. How long the Wily stages are afterwards. So, I will see you guys then. Goodbye.